See, you think that your biggest enemy on your path to success is what you are afraid of. Or maybe even fear itself. You are afraid of fear. I don't even know how that makes sense. But that's not the case. Most of the time you are not afraid of the thing that you are interested in. And if you think it's failure, interestingly enough, it's not that you are afraid of failure. It's that you are unwilling to confront discomfort that comes from failure. Even then, that wouldn't stop you from success because that is how powerful your interest is. When you truly love something you do, nothing in the world can stop you from pursuing it except yourself. So what is it that's really stopping you? Or what is it that it really is your biggest enemy on the path to your success? Think a bit about this. Let's say you are broke and you love drawing. You love getting a tab and drawing on it and just doing random stuff. You can jolly well turn that into a business. But it's not because you are afraid of the challenges that come along with it. You are just okay with being in that state. Being alone in that room, having no friends to talk to, no one to share your interests with, and being broke in such a way that you have to go work a part-time job you hate, then come back home with whatever time you have on your hands that you want to spend on drawing your characters and animations and stuff. It doesn't have to be that way. But it's precisely because you are okay with the state you are in, the state of suffering you're in. Interesting, isn't it? You're okay with suffering, but you're not okay to challenge, not okay to face the challenges along the path of your goal. It doesn't make sense if you think more about it. So let me put into definition what this thing is that you are afraid of. It is, or you're not afraid of it. It's just that you become okay with this thing. And this is dangerous. This is a silent killer to your success that no one really talks about. It's called complacency. Complacency basically means that you are willing to settle for what you already have, even though it is not good for you. That is far more dangerous than being afraid of failure. Because in terms of fear of failure, you're willing to try, but you just want to avoid failures. And that may not be good, but complacency is what gets you to become lazy, to not even try at all, to be okay with whatever state you're in. Then, most of the time you're in a shitty state, and complacency is what gets you to stay there. I would definitely encourage you to not be okay with complacency. In fact, the way to counter this, interestingly, it's not necessarily to take action. Sure, you can take action that ties with this mindset, that counters complacency. And this mindset that you need to have is called dissatisfaction with your current situation. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dissatisfaction can also mean ungratefulness, but you don't have to be ungrateful to be dissatisfied with your current situation. Sure, you can. Dissatisfaction doesn't necessarily mean being unhappy. It means that you can be happy, but you just don't want to be. You can be grateful and happy, but you just don't want to be like what you are right now. So to be dissatisfied means that you want to change something in you, and that's good because the more you embrace change, the more you're okay with being dissatisfied, and the more you will not be complacent, and that you are willing to change, and you will change, which is a good thing. See, when you are dissatisfied, because of dissatisfaction, you are already uncomfortable. And because of dissatisfaction, you are willing to face more discomfort until you become satisfied. And this is especially when you reach your goal. In fact, when you reach your goal, you're probably even, you arrive there and be like, okay, so I'm here. Now what do? There's even bigger goal out there. I want to get that too. So you become dissatisfied with your current state, and yet still grateful of what you've done, or what you have achieved and what is about to come. But dissatisfaction can remain. However, it is good because it counters complacency. Do not let complacency be dominant in your life. Because once you are complacent, just like the tortoise and the hare was way ahead of the tortoise. But because of complacency, It stopped in its tracks and decided to rest under the tree, when it could have jolly well just ended the race, then take a rest after that. But no, complacency is what gets you to lose competition. Complacency is the reason why you can lose while you're winning. Don't let that happen to you. Dissatisfaction counters complacency because when you are dissatisfied, you are willing to face even more uncomfortable circumstances. Make good use of it. It is your weapon for success, and complacency will make your sword rust, so to speak. Do the work that's meant for you. For that work, it's best done by you.